Today on JiK Labs, we're going to show you how to utilize the string functions left, middle, and right, and where and how you can use them. Let's get started. Now that you have Excel open and ready to go, you're going to see we have some pre-existing data. This data will look familiar because we've utilized this data set from our unique videos, which you can see up and over here. What we have added is we've added in phone numbers for everybody. And what we're going to do is use the string functions left, middle, and right to break these one ginormous strings out into the sections of the phone number. So jump right into it. We're going to utilize the left function. What that's going to do is we're going to report this data that we select with an E3, and then it's going to see how many characters do we want to report from this cell. Since we're looking for the prefix of the phone number, and this is the United States format, we're going to select 3 and close those parentheses. And then we're going to see 443, which is what we have there. So now we're going to look at mid, and what mid is going to do is report the middle of the string that we're looking for. So once again, we're going to select E3, but opposed to this time, it says, where do you want to start? Well, we've already selected the first 3 with left, so we want to start with text character number 4, and we want to report the next 3 numbers. And so it's the cell reference, where are we starting, and then how many characters to report. We'll close out those parentheses, and we'll see 1, 2, 3, which is what we have over here. And now for right, we're going to come in here, equals right, open those parentheses, same thing as left, but exact opposite. We're going to select the cell that we want to report the data from. We're going to hit comma, and it's going to be the number of characters, but this time it's starting from the right and going left. So we have 4 numbers of the phone number left. We'll hit 4 and go ahead and close out those parentheses. And now you can see we have 443, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just, I know it goes without saying, but all of these numbers are entirely fictional. So now, as we've highlighted down here below, we can see for left, we have left the cell reference, comma, the number of characters that you want to report. For middle, or the mid function, it is a little bit different. You have the cell that you want to reference, where to start, and how many characters to report thereafter. And for right, it's exact opposite of left. It is right, open the parentheses, the cell that you want to reference, and the last 4 characters that you want to report going from right to left. And then if we came down here, highlighted this data, copy it, paste it down, and you can see it does this all for us. Now you all will potentially remember that we have done this before with text to columns. And text to columns is great, and it does exactly this same exact thing, but one advantage that you have here is with this left, mid, and right, these are active functions. Text to column, you have to do a whole lot of work, use some Visual Basic to make that self-updating. So let's just say we came in here with Frank and we changed his phone number. 1, 2, 3. And you can see that these numbers have updated for us. This is one example of where you could use the left, mid, and right function in Microsoft Excel to allow things to keep updating for you. Now let's take this to the next level and bring concat into the equation. Let's say we want our phone number to report with the following format. Parentheses for the area code, and that's how we want the number to be reported. Well, with left, mid, and right and concat, we can make that happen. So let's come in here. Again, if you remember that equation, concat, I have the long version of concat. Click up here and we'll have that link there for you. But we come in here, concat. And now we're going to go, first thing we want to do is include that parenthesis. Now what's the text? The text is going to be left, well, let's type it correctly, left of E2, and we want the first 3. And then we're going to hit the comma. And then how are you going to do that? What's next? Again, quotation marks, close the parentheses for the area code and add a space. Add in those quotation marks, hit comma again, and now we're going to use mid And again, it is E3. We're starting on the fourth character, and we are reporting 3. We're going to close out those parentheses, hit comma again. We're going to use the quotation marks and use the hyphen, close out those quotations and comma, and then we're going to hit right, and we're going to select E3 again, comma, and the last 4 of that cell. We're going to close out those parentheses, and we'll close out the parentheses for concat, and we're going to hit enter. And you can see right here we have that same format. If we copy this guy down, and now you can see we have the format the way we were hoping to see it. So let's come up here and show this equation. So as you can see, we could go left, mid, and right and make them all broken out, and we could go through concat that way. Or if you want it, you could come in, concat, do it all at once using these new string formulas, left, mid, and right. The left, mid, and right functions are useful when you're trying to break up a cell string and report certain characters from within that cell. As you can see, we've done here with the phone numbers. And if you incorporate them with concat, you could change that format of the cell that you're looking at to make it report more aesthetically pleasing, or however you wish to report it, as we've done in column I. Thank you for watching JiK Labs today. Hopefully you found this video at least a little bit helpful. And join us next week when we do some more Excelling. We'll see you then. Today on JiK Labs, we're going to show you how... Not that.